Hi guys, this is Travis from Four Dogs RC. Wanting to give a quick rundown on the D90 crawler that I picked up from Fun's Hobbies. Delivery time was extremely fast. I think after I ordered it, it got here within a week. Shortly after that, I think it was the third run or second run, but the axle actually broke. I contacted Fun's Hobbies through Facebook. They actually went ahead and contacted me back. Daniel was extremely quick on his communication. He did get me another axle fairly fast. I'd say I probably ended up getting another one within about 3 weeks, I think is what it took as far as turnaround. Communication at first was fantastic. They rectified the problem for me, got me another axle out here, so I was really happy with that. However, what ended up happening was after fixing it, getting the truck back out on the trail, you'll see the last video I put up, that was actually the very first run after putting the new axle on, and the new axle broke again, I would say within 50 seconds, maybe a minute into its very first run. And from that point, they did communicate with me briefly. However, actually, once I talked to them about the problem, the fact that we found out what the issue was, I actually have not heard back from them since. So even though I was really looking forward to possibly purchasing some other vehicles from Fun's Hobbies RC in China, I don't know that that's what I'll be doing here anytime soon. The bad part is it's getting hard to find anybody who actually carries the crawlers, the scale crawlers and whatnot. I mean, RC four-wheel drive never has anything in stock. Fun's Hobby was very good the first time around on the breakage, but there's been a huge lack of communication going forward, noting the fact that there's obviously some type of a design flaw, and I'll show you those here.
What you're seeing here, these are the two axles. This one right here is the first axle. This one right here is the second axle, and you can see that both of them broke in the exact same spot. And you'll also see that what we got here, this is you can see how offset that pin is. It looks like what happened is the pin started to get offset, slid out, caught the edge. Once it caught the edge, it caused the bind, to which the weakest point broke. There's that one, and here's the one from the first axle. So that's where we're at with those. I do kind of like a little bit of the design that they used on this, as far as the whole pumpkin being able to come apart and everything. How the axles drop in. It's a solid tube, which is pretty cool. Versus, here's the replacement part. Now, I picked this guy up off of eBay. I ended up running $60. You can see most of it looks pretty identical. However, I believe the casting that they do with the RC four-wheel drive Yoda axles is probably superior to the material that they use on the parts from MHPC Hobbies. I've looked for MHPC all over the internet. The only place I can find would be like Fun's Hobby that actually carries them. I believe it is a RC manufacturer out of Japan, from everything that I was able to look at, but I really can't find a whole lot of information on it. So we're going to go ahead and swap this guy in. We're going to go ahead and get the D90 back up on the trails and run it again, and hopefully we won't have any more issues. Thanks again for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe, and see you on the trails.